Hello, everyone. I think we had not gotten the real clueless people, and so Jonathan was called clueless, Buhari was called clueless. Now, the father of all cluelessness has illegitimately gotten himself into office, surrounded himself with the most clueless people, and they are doing clueless things. It is unbelievable. Here, seeing this one here that says, Naira depreciation, there is a particular aide of Tinubu who says ban crypto exchange platforms in Nigeria. Tinubu's aide tells Central Bank EFCC. So that's all they know how to do. Ban this, ban that, ban those, ban, and that's it. They're not thinking about policies. They're not thinking about fiscal policies, monetary policies. They're not thinking about the right thing that they're going to do to make things work in the country. They're not thinking about reducing their expenses. They're all thinking about wastage, and they're all thinking about what is it that they will ban. Tinubu is really on that path of reducing the purchasing power of citizens. You guys thought he was joking, or he was sinner, he didn't know what. No, he knew what he was saying, he knew what he was doing, and he knew what his goals are, and he's really achieving. To him, he's actually achieving the things that he set out to achieve. So, Naira depreciation, ban crypto exchange platforms in Nigeria. Tinubu's aide tells this thing. The Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to Bola Tinubu, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, has called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and the Central Bank of Nigeria to move against platforms trying to manipulate the naira through crypto exchange platforms. Onanuga gave the advice in a statement he shared on his X, formerly Twitter handle, on Wednesday. He also suggested that crypto channels should be banned in the country, otherwise this bleeding of our currency will continue unabated. The bleeding of our currency is continuing because your boss, is incompetent, is clueless, is inefficient, has nothing, master strategies with no strategy. Unfortunately, even Tinubu has shocked even people that never believed in him. Because how can you be this clueless? Nobody thought he was this much of a failure. And recently somebody said something. Oh, the reason why Lagos was looked as if it was working so well when Tinubu was there was because of the policies that the federal government was doing, all the number of policies that Obasanjo was doing at that time, and which Lagos State could positively gain from. So his inefficiencies, so his incompetence, his cluelessness were quite hidden, and he could hide under that big success that was going on, the different reforms that were going on, hide under them and be able to shine. And it looked as if he was actually doing some work. And then tied to the Naira dollar manipulators, the aide explained how he chanced upon an X post Tuesday night made by one brother Bernard, who, according to him, rallied against what he called the order of the EFCC, NSA, that's the National Security Advisor. The current National Security Advisor almost seems not to talk about security. He talks about everything except the security that he's supposed to be focused on finance, to set a cap on traders selling USD tokens for Naira equivalent. According to the presidential aide, he said Bernard disclosed that the token sellers had migrated to Telegrams and were selling Naira at 1,850 and above. Onanuga said he did not stop there. He lashed out at the Nigerian authorities over the efforts to arrest the slide of the Naira. He wrote, "If this is how they plan to save the Naira, I'm sorry, but it's going to fail woefully. Binance was only a medium. If you block Binance, people will find new ways. This whole policy is absolutely ridiculous. Naira is going to zero." So the policies, you're busy going around arresting BDC people, you're doing all sorts of things. You're not focused on the fact that you need to take responsibility. You need to begin to sit down and look at what are the things that you've done wrong. You need here, and I'm talking about here and its illegitimate government now, for the boss he's working for, need to go and look where are the experts, who are the people who know the things that need to be done. Get them on board. The thing about leadership is not for you to know everything. It's for you to have the capacity to bring in the people that will work and do well. And of course, you must have empathy for the people and want to do the right thing before that can happen. Most times, people don't even care about these things. They are not interested. It's not for them what will happen, the good things that will happen or not happen. All they are all interested in is to just get in there, enjoy the perks of our power, be able to be among the ones that will loot our commonwealth, use our commonwealth anyhow. Their families will be now be the ones that will be enriched, will be put in place, do all sorts of things. And that's absolutely, quite crazy. And so Onanuga continued, what he said he's reading from someone's ex post that the person did. He said, Naira going to zero. Is the owner of this account a Nigerian patron? They're always looking for Nigerian patron. Forget Nigerian patron. The people you said voted for you are patriots enough for you. Work for them. Forget about us that you say we are not patriots, we don't like Nigeria. The people, at least there were some votes that Tinubu got before the ones, of course, that he took from from another candidate and added to his own. Those ones that genuinely campaigned for you, why don't you give them the Nigeria that they were voting for you for? And he says, is the owner of this account a Nigeria patriot? I checked Bernard's profile. He says he's building something for migrants and he's chief commander of JAPA. Bernard also posted a web link, so which is what he put up. And so this Onanuga of a person says, my curiosity has paid off. Bernard is one of those implacable supporters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's opponents in the last election, still having an axe to grind. Otherwise, why would any patriotic Nigeria wish that Nigeria is going to zero? He's not wishing that Nigeria is going to zero. He's saying that with the things that you're putting in place, with the kind of policies, half thought out policies that you could see they are so incompetent and definitely inefficient with what you've put out. Zero is only the way. It's there. That's prediction, financial prediction happen. That's what you do in business all the time. On Tuesday, Bernard shared Naira dollar rates on some unidentified platforms, possibly Telegram, where Naira is being traded at 1,950 to a US dollar. He also enjoined forex traders or token holders to move their funds to KuCoin or Bybit or your own code wallet. Onanuga regretted that Bernard reported on Wednesday that Binance had moved Tuesday cap and had now put another cap on the Naira dollar exchange. It is now 1,892, he said, with a trading range of 1,392 and 1,892. The aide was not happy about the new cap and attacked Binance. Binance continues the against the Nigeria's cap at 1,892 when clearly the exchange rate is almost 2,000 to a dollar on other platforms. He retweeted a post by Olumide Capital who said Binance distances itself from forex debacle in Nigeria. Olumide reported that Binance said its platform is market-driven and not intended to be proxy for currency pricing in Nigeria. I mean, it's just it's just a whole lot of tirades going on. This is Tinubu's aide. Stop being on social media lamenting. You are not some advocate who need to use that platform for people to see what you're talking about. You're supposed to be part of those at the seat of the table. Go sit down with Mr. Tinubu and tell him that he hasn't done well. If you don't have the guts to be able to tell him that he's failing, tell him that he hasn't done well and he needs to put his acts together and work and not follow people who are saying he hasn't done well. Thank you, everyone. Bye.